Hey guys, welcome back to Eyecraftmc. In today's episode, we're going to be building an iron farm, but before we do that, we're going to make today's banner of the day. Today's banner starts with a light blue banner and brown dye. The brown dye is in the shape of the brown per fess inverted. Next, we're going to go on to an orange lozenge, which is this shape right here. Then we're going to go on to a green inverted chevron, which is this shape right here. And then we're going to end off with two more patterns, which are the light blue chief indented, which is this one right here, and the orange rondel, which is this shape right here. And you can see what that makes. That makes a carrot banner. I thought that was a really cool banner to have, and of course we can use that to mark out our carrot crop, or you could use that, spring's kind of coming soon, you could use that maybe for an Easter banner, something like that. So yeah, that was just a really cool banner, and we'll just put this up here next to all our other cool banners. There we go, there's a carrot banner. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we have all our supplies here for the iron farm. But before we do that, what we're going to do is we're basically just going to quickly repair our boots and combine them, because our boots are almost broken, and part of this iron farm includes a zombie, and we don't want our only feather falling boots to break. So, because basically I don't know when the next time we can get feather falling is, so I'm just going to take, I think it's this pair of boots, yeah, and we're basically just going to have both those combined. And what's cool is you can actually overlay. So you can basically have one type of protection go over the other type of protection. So we're going to do that now. You can see my cool attic here. So what we're going to do is go to our anvil here, and basically we're going to put in our boots here, and we'll put in the other boots. Now, you want to watch what this does. Now here, it keeps the fire protection. That's not what we want to do. But if we switch these around, if you look here, this actually has the other protection go, and that's what we want here. This is a really good pair of boots, and we'll probably not name it right now, but there it is. Actually, no, we can name it. We'll name it Eyecraftmc's Boots, like that, not books, boots, there we go. And yeah, that's my name, so there we go, Eyecraftmc's Boots. Perfect, and then we can put those on, and we'll be pretty safe. And also these leggings aren't super valuable, so I don't think we're going to really worry about those getting broken. Anyway, so we have all the supplies for the iron farm with us, and I'll show you what those are in just a second here. Before we do that, we're going to have to quickly grab our elytra and some fireworks. And we may as well grab this bow and arrow. I'm not sure if we'll need that, but may as well. And we'll just switch that out like this and get our fireworks here. And we're basically just going to fly over to where we're going to be building the iron farm, which is right over here. Now, I haven't yet gotten the villagers over here, but I will do that quite soon. And yeah, then once the villagers are over here, we'll do that. So this is the base of what the iron farm is going to be. So you can basically see that. I'll lay this all out here in a second, and we'll build the base of this first, and then I'll get the villagers over, and then we'll work on the next steps. So first of all, I'll lay out everything we need for this farm. So here it all is. Actually, I'll just go like that. So you need all this, and I mean, some of these things are a little bit approximate, but you want to get about this much of everything. Then you want to get all this. Now this doesn't have to be enchanted. This can be any helmet. It doesn't even have to be iron. And this stick can be any item as well. This is basically to make sure the zombie doesn't despawn without having to waste a name tag. So that's a really cool trick. And then we also need all this, which is this is for the catcher and stuff like that. So we'll grab these materials now. And yeah, we can just use all this and all this and all this. So let's get all that organized in our inventory here. And we'll get everything placed down. So you want to do this pattern first, which I will build out now, which is 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11 blocks here. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And then another 3 here. 1, 2, 3. So this is 4 blocks here, and then this block is shared. So this is 5 blocks here. And then you want to just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks here, do 4 blocks here, and then again 5 blocks here, and then 11 blocks here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this shape is basically going to be what's capturing the iron golems when they fall down, so that basically the iron golems won't just kind of sit out here and not despawn, because that'll really lower the rates of the farm, and you can have a lot of issues with that over time. So there's that. And then what we want to do is get a bunch of water buckets in here. So what we're going to do is break a temporary hole in the wall. Also, you do want the wall to be about 3 blocks tall. It can actually be higher than that, but at least 3 blocks tall. So what we're going to do now is we actually have these water buckets already, so we can just use these ones. And we're basically just going to put water all along the edge. Not quite though, not everywhere, but we'll put it here first of all. Now we have this whole wall here going in, and you can see why we built it like we did, because it goes right to the edge. Then we want to put the blocks in like this. And this will go down like that too, and it looks like the sun's about to set. I do believe we have a bed with us though, so we're good. And you can remember, if you grab the water right here, you can get an infinite water source without having to go back. Then we want to put water on all the edge here, and basically just do the exact same thing. So just fill in water all like this. And actually I think that was the wrong block I picked up there, but yeah, there we go. Just got water all in there. You can kind of see how that works for now, and we're going to get some other things in there soon to fix all the water flows that did not flow correctly. So I'll just go to sleep real quick here. Alright, and then what we're going to do is do this exact same thing over here on the other side. Now these are kind of going down like this. What we're going to do here, just going to fill this in real quick. And then I'm not sure actually why they're doing that. Let's see if we can just fix that real quick. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of glitching a little bit, but yeah, you want to make sure that the water flows out correctly like this, and again like this. I'm not sure why that's doing that, but you can go like that, and there we go. You can kind of see all the water is flowing into where it needs to be. And we are going to break this now, and you'll see why in a second. That's about having it flow correctly, but that's fine for now. We're just going to put in some signs there in a minute just to stop all the flow. We'll go over here. And yeah, this is basically just so that all the iron golems, no matter where they fall, will just flow into the middle here where they're going to be killed. So we're going to go over here. Yeah, just fill this in for now, I guess, and we'll just use that. And the design for this farm I did not invent myself, although I did heavily modify, because basically the original design for this only worked in 1.15, and I had to update it to some new mechanics that were added to the game since then with slabs. And so this is the only way you can build it with this way. But yeah, there's a lot of different people that built this farm, and I had to modify it a lot too. So yeah, there's that. So you can see it all flows in here. And what we're going to basically do is just put a whole bunch of signs in here and around here, and those are basically just going to be so that nothing will kind of flow where it doesn't need to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting a sign here, kind of on the edge, and I guess we can break those blocks. I don't actually know if that's needed or not, so we'll just put that there. But yeah, this is based off of that, so we'll put that there, and then we'll just put some signs on top of that as well. So if we actually look at the edge of this block here, we can actually put a sign, I guess we put it there too, but we can put a sign right on top of this sign, like that. Yeah, that's perfect. And that'll actually stop the water flow just like that, which is perfect. And these signs are really good because they don't have a hitbox, but yeah, it doesn't really matter if we type something there or not. So we'll put those there, and then we can put these all around the edge like this, and these will basically just stop the flow from going anywhere we don't want the flow. Now we also need to decide where we're going to have the chest be that picks up all the items, and I'm thinking I'm going to have it probably on this side. So we'll just make sure to mark that out like that real quick, and we'll deal with that more in a second. And then we're just going to put in a bunch of blocks around here just to stop the flow and get that working correctly. So we might be able to put a sign on the side there. Yeah, that's perfect. And we can go like this and basically just stop all flow that we do not want and get all those signs in there. And these are basically just to hold up the other signs. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of signs, but this is just kind of the way that it works the best. And you can also put it on the side or like that. Yeah, like that. And of course it says or anything, it doesn't really matter, although of course you don't have to have that there if you don't want. And then we'll just put these on the side as well. And you want to be looking at the hitbox of these signs that you're placing it correctly. So something like this, a very small hitbox, it can be a little bit difficult to place that correctly, but once you get it right, then it works fine. So we'll put that there. And you can see there a lot of the water is now restricted flow, and we'll just continue doing that so that basically there is no water that's flowing where we don't want it to be flowing. So we'll just kind of put in a whole bunch of signs here, a whole bunch of signs there, and it looks like we're almost done. Actually, that one down there doesn't have to be there, but that's fine. Put that there, and you can see now all these signs are here, that the water won't flow down. And obviously these signs, you can kind of place them in whatever way you want. It really doesn't matter as long as there's no water flowing down here. In fact, some of these signs we can actually get rid of, but we won't, just in case. So what we want to do now is just get a couple more signs and put them around here, and this will be catching lava. What we're going to do now is put down, let me see here, if I'm just going to quickly get back up, and I'll be using my elytra a lot here, but basically if you don't have elytra, that's fine, because you can just bridge out or block out or whatever you want to do. So there's that. And then we want to do is get ourselves like this, and then we want to put a sign in the middle. So what we're going to do here is put a sign like this and then a sign like this on top of it, and that, whether it looks like it or not, will actually be holding back the lava. And so we're going to grab ourselves our lava bucket and put it right there, and you can see that won't actually flow out anywhere, which is perfect, exactly what we want to do. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to take our dark oak trapdoor and we want to put the trapdoor right here, but before we do that we're just going to put a hopper down. So we're just going to have 2 hoppers going like that, and then we're going to put a birch, or not a birch, well, any trapdoor actually doesn't matter at all. What we're also going to do is we're just going to put this cobblestone stair like this. It can actually go either way, but that one works fine. And this will basically be something to catch the loot drops. Now, obviously once the iron golems get in here, they're not instantly in the lava, so what we're going to do here is grab ourselves a bit more water, just from here or anywhere, it doesn't really matter. Grab that water, and then we want to just go over here, and go over here, and then basically just put in the water down here, and you'll see if we put one in the corner here, and one in the corner here, that actually perfectly flows all to here. And basically any mob would, go there and get burnt up. And obviously we're not going to try that because we don't want to get burnt up. So there we go. That's basically the killing chamber done. Now, of course, what we do want to do is eventually attach that hopper to something. So what I'll do is I'll quickly do that, but that doesn't really matter as long as basically the storage system can be whatever you want. It's totally up to you, and you can do something that sorts it, or you can do something that, anything you want like that. And I'm just having a little bit of trouble getting out of here, but yeah, we'll basically do that. So what we want to do is exactly see where that is, so it's about down there. Well, I guess I say exactly as soon as I say about, but that's fine. So we'll go like this, and we'll basically just dig ourselves kind of a tunnel down. And yeah, this is obviously just the best way of doing this, because then we're not going to run into anything. So this is 1, 2, 3 blocks down, so we don't want to go too much lower. In fact, we want to go about here, so that we'll run directly into that hopper, because we've lined it up that way, and we don't want to mine up any higher. Yeah, there we go. There's the hopper. Perfect. So there we go. So we can just fill this in too, and basically this will just be our little tunnel to, once the farm is done, we can go over here to pick up the drops. So go like that, and what we're going to do is I'm actually going to build a bigger storage system later, but for now I actually don't have a lot of iron. I mean, that's, why I'm building the farm, because I don't have a lot of iron. So what I'm going to do for now is just build a really small little storage system, but you can expand on that any way you like. So I'll just build this down a little bit like this, and then we can of course have a ladder going down or something like that later. So I'm just going to put chests in like this, and we can even have a chest going in like this, and then we'll just go hopper, hopper, hopper like that, and that'll continue down as deep as we want it to go. So any drops will go into here, and we can even test to see if that's working correctly super easily by dropping a piece of cobblestone anywhere within here. So we'll just drop a piece there, and you can see that actually might get burnt up in the lava. No, it didn't drop down there, and we can go down here and see it in the bottom chest. So that's there. Perfect. Yeah, so this works correctly. And we can also put some torches in here or whatever you want with that. So there's that step done. And we're going to go on to the next step as soon as I get my villagers here. Alright, well here we are at the village. We do have 6 villagers here from my villager breeder. If you want to know how to make a villager breeder or a rail duplicator, which is how I got all these rails, I have separate videos for those, and I'll link those in the description. So basically we have all our villagers here, and let's set them off on their way. So we'll start with that one, and of course we'll just kind of push these one by one. It took us quite a while to lay out the track. And obviously, it really depends how close your village is to your farm, depending on how hard or easy it'll be to do this. Sometimes you have to give them a bit of a push to get them going. There they go. And this baby should hopefully grow up by the time we're starting our farm. But yeah, I'll just keep sending them on our way, and then we'll fly by and see how they're doing. Yeah, I'm not sure why they sometimes need to be pushed. It seems like when they're not at the edge of the block, they need to be pushed. So I'm not sure what the mechanic behind that one is, but apparently there is one. Alright, there's that one, and we'll just push the last baby here. And we'll get them there. And yeah, we need 6 villagers. That doesn't really matter the type of villager, and you don't want them to have any job. So there we go. Alright, so we got all the villagers over there, and we're also going to now get the rest of the materials for the next part of the farm, which is everything here. So we want to get all these beds, all the scaffolding, the carpet, the water, the cartography tables, just everything here. I will put some scaffolding here, and what we also want to do is get a whole bunch of scaffolding and go over here. We want to place 2 pillars of scaffolding that are 20 blocks high, starting right here, and on the other side, right over here. So the way we can do this really easily is if we look at the number of scaffolding we have, which is 54, we can know that if we go up here, it should go to 34, because 54 minus 20 is 34. So we can go up here, and then it'll go to 14. And once we have 14 there, then we've done that part. We'll just go up to the top here and make ourselves basically these scaffold structures that'll hold up well, not hold up, it'll give us basically areas to place the blocks that we need for these parts of the farm. So we're going to want to go at 1 block this way, and then go like this, so we basically have like a Y. And we want to go this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we don't actually want to do that part on the other side. We'll just go out this way, 1, 2, like this, and go like that. So yeah, so we only want to have like that on one side, and like this, just this Y shape. So we'll go down here. Actually, we don't have to go down yet. What we're going to do is now place some beds down, but before we do that, we're going to place this structure block, which is basically just can be any block that that you want, as long as it's not transparent, and put some beds in here. And you know if you've placed the scaffolding correctly, because once these beds are all on here supported, then you can know you can go back up and down like this. So then what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves this cobblestone, place some cobblestone here, and on top of that cobblestone put a cartography table, as well as a cartography table here and here. Now the point of these is basically to give each one of these 3 villagers, well, a place to work. What we're going to do now is get ourselves out our glowstone, put a piece of glowstone right here, then put a piece of cobblestone there, get out our trapdoors and carpets, and put our trapdoor here, and then put our carpet right on top of it like that. Then we can get rid of this block because it's just temporary, and we can place a bucket of water in there like that. Alright, then we can basically do that on the same side, but before we do that, we're just going to go up here. So now we're going to go up 3 blocks here, so 1, 2, 3, like that. Then what we're going to do is get ourselves just these any old blocks and place it on top of the carpet like that. Jump up here, and then we're going to go in a 3 by 3, so we'll just center it around that block like this, and basically just have a 3 by 3 like this. Then we're going to get ourselves this glowstone. It can actually be any lighting block, but it has to be a full block that's a lighting block, and put it like that. So now what we're going to do once we've done this is we're going to go at 3 on either side, so we have an additional 3 by 3 like this, and this is basically just going to be the spawning platform where the iron golems are going to spawn and then walk off into the water. So we'll go like this, and then on this side we're going to go out and basically have a structure here, and before we do that, we're just going to put 2 blocks here like this and 2 blocks here like this. Then we're going to go over here and go like 1, 2, 3 like this, and then 2 like this, and do the exact same thing on the other side, so 3 out like this, and then 2 like this, and we'll do the exact same thing, repeat this all on the exact other side. So I'll be right back once I do that. Alright, we've now repeated this step on the other side, and there's one other really crucial step we have to take. Basically, villagers can actually get out of their beds like this now. So what we want to do is we want to get ourselves some slabs, and just place the slabs up here like this, and this will basically just stop the villagers from getting out of their beds when they shouldn't. And this is just a really important step that will make sure your farm does not break as soon as you start using it. You also want to take yourself some slabs and put them like that, and also put them around like this, and you want to be really careful the way you place these, because you want to make sure that they're not right on top of the bed, but like they are like this. And if you place them on top of the bottom of the cartography table, that's the best way of doing so. So there we have that already, and we'll just do that on the exact same side like this. And this is basically, again, really important just to make sure that the villagers do not escape by accident, because that would obviously ruin the farm. So we'll go like that and place these like this, and also place the ones above like this, I guess, too. Alright, like that. And we can go like this as well, and we can put that there and break that, and that should be all fixed. And we can also break the scaffolding here and place this block here like this. So there's that. In fact, we don't even need one like there, that's fine. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so I actually built this thing a little bit off. It's always important to make sure this is built just correctly. So this should actually be shifted completely all back 1. So I'm just going to do that now. And yeah, it's just really important to make sure that it's done correctly, because of course if it's not done correctly, it'll mess up the entire farm. So I'll just quickly move all this all back 1. Oh, and just for clarification, I'm just moving this top bit back. The bottom bit here is fine, just the top bit. Alright, so before we get down off of here, there's one more step, which is really easy. All we have to do is basically just place a trapdoor here, and then place a temporary block here, then place another trapdoor here. Break this block here and flat both trapdoors up. This is basically just so the iron golems will be like, oh my goodness, there's a zombie, run towards it, and then fall down into the lava and be consumed into the farm. So We'll do the exact same thing here. So basically just put the trapdoor there, temporary block, put the trapdoor there, flip both trapdoors up, and place that block like that. And the next thing we have to do is do the roof. Alright, so we have one more step before we go on to the roof, and that's really simple. We're just going to build up 3 blocks here. 1, 2, 3. And then go 2 on either side like this. So we've just made a giant T. Then we're going to get ourselves some cobblestone and put it like here and here. And on the same side like that. And then just break this T support structure here. We can pick that up there. And these blocks here are basically just that the iron golem does not, by accidentally, hit the zombie and kill it, which would ruin our farm. I mean, of course the iron golem would want to hit the zombie and ruin the farm. That's why we need to stop it. So we'll go up 3 like this, and go up 2 over like this on this side as well. So just repeating the exact same process. And then go 2 over like this with the cobble. So 1, 2. And 2 over the cobble like this, like that. So we'll just break all this T here. And there we go. And then we can move on to the roof. And I will grab the roof materials, which are just down here. I think they're just in the shulker box like this. So we'll grab all this cobblestone and all these cobblestone slabs. And that should be good. And we can grab basically just more cobblestone here. Just a whole bunch of cobblestone and cobblestone slabs. And these are used so that there's basically no lightning that'll kill the villagers. Now we want to check our Y level. It's at 94. We want to go up 20 blocks. So we want to go up till we're at level 114, I suppose. Yes, we want to go up to level 114. So we'll go all the way up there. And then once we're to level 114, that's basically far away enough that the iron golems do not spawn on top of this platform, because I've had a lot of problems where basically what will happen is the iron golems will spawn on top of this platform and just ruin it. So what we want to do here is fill in this big cover area, and we want to make sure that this is on top of a block so that this is not here but here, and basically that's because mobs can't spawn on this, but they can spawn if they're on the top half of the block, not the bottom. So we want to go 3 this way, so 1, 2, 3, and we want to go 3 this way, 1, 2, 3. Now that's going to be the edge of this platform, just so there's a large radius of area that's protected from any mobs to hurt the villagers. We just want to go around the entire farm like that, so basically just make a ring around the entire farm like this, and this will just protect the entire farm as well as the zombie. I mean, of course, if the zombie got hit by lightning, that wouldn't be good either. And what we can do to make sure we've matched it up correctly, instead of just guessing or counting, is we can go to this side and go up another 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hopefully that is 20. And we'll go up to the top here, and that'll be the other edge. And we can basically just use that for an easy way of counting. We can check our Y level to make sure that it is correct, which it's not. It's actually 1 too high, so there we go. And we'll just place a block like that. And 1, 2, 3 out like this. And 1, 2, 3 out like that, and then we'll again do the exact same thing by just kind of filling in this as the edge and filling in this line with the other line. And of course we can get rid of all the scaffolding as soon as we're done with that. So we'll do this, go like that, and just fill in the other side like that too. Of course we'll fill in the entire thing here, and we'll just go around this way too. And again, this is just a really important step. May seem a little bit silly, but basically what happens is if you're doing this mob farm for a long time, there'll be a lot of lightning storms, because even in like an overnight AFK, you're probably talking about, 5 to 10 lightning storms. And so the chance of a villager or your zombie being hit by lightning is actually a lot larger than you would think. So we go around like this. Now before we fill this all the way in, one more step we want to do is we want to go down to these little blocks we placed down there and do an interesting little step here. We can have an iron golem spawn here, which is not what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically build this up a long way. We'll basically build up 2 at a time. That's probably just the easiest way of doing this, and basically just make these things continue to go upwards. And what that'll do is that'll eventually connect up here, and these big pillars are basically just because that's the only definitive way of stopping iron golems from spawning here, is from building them all the way up, since if they do spawn on the solid block, they'll obviously die. because ever since 1.14 there's been a lot of weird glitches that they haven't got rid of, where basically what happens is iron golems can spawn basically anywhere, even if they aren't spawning where they should. And so we're basically just doing all this as a super precaution to make sure that they don't spawn where they shouldn't and ruin the rates of our farm, since obviously even just one wayward golem can absolutely ruin the rates of our farm. So we should be on 113 now. What we're going to do now too is put 2 pieces of glass here and here. This may seem a little bit weird, but that's basically so that these slabs here can't spawn anything. So we'll go like that, and then we can basically just fill this entire thing in. And we'll do this exact same thing where we build this up on the other side as well, and then fill this entire platform in. I'll be right back as soon as I've done that. Alright, we only have one more step before we have to break this scaffolding, and of course we have just finished building that roof. So all we have to do is take one cobblestone slab and place it at the bottom of this stick part of this one larger scaffolding here. And once we've done that, we can break all the scaffolding in all these areas and watch it all come tumbling down into the catch basin of our farm. So we can break this one, watch that one all break, and we can break this one and watch that one all break. I should have noticed it then, but that block actually wasn't centered in the middle. That was a major problem. Here we are in the future, but anyway, you want to make sure this is centered equally between both of these. It is centered now. The other thing is, what's really important is the iron golems can actually get on top of these trapdoors like that and kill the zombie. That's really not good. There's a simple fix to this, and this is just the last little bit. So what you want to do is basically press shift and space at the same time. So jump up like that and place a trapdoor, then flip it up, and then do the exact same thing one more time. So you have 3 trapdoors like this. This just makes it so that basically the iron golems will not get and be able to kill the zombie. Alright, finally, we're at the very last part of this, other than getting the zombie, which is moving these villagers up. Now what we want to basically do is make ourselves a, basically a pole or a platform kind of thing from here all the way up to there. So basically we'll just kind of eyeball it, kind of see approximately where we want to put this, so somewhere like this, and then get out of the way, cow, and basically just make ourselves stairs coming up here like this, and these will basically be what the villagers will ride on with their minecarts. And then what they'll do is they'll basically go up to the top of one of these platforms and fall down into the chamber. And once we have 3 in each chamber, then the villager part is done, and once they're in the chamber we'll just break their minecarts, because obviously that could become an issue when they're trying to go to bed. So we'll just build this up here. Looks like we're a little bit off, but it shouldn't matter too much. Now what's important is if we want this to bend, which I think we will, is what we're going to want to do is this will go up one, but it has to have 1 extra block to bend, so we'll want to have 2 blocks there, and then just go like this. That's probably just the easiest way. Get some extra build up in there, and then just go over like this, and over like this. So we just want to make sure to know that this is obviously temporary, and we don't want that there all the time. So we'll just break this block in the middle here, and you can see how they'll fall right down there. And what we're also just going to do, again, these are temporary blocks, so just make sure to get rid of these, or that can definitely cause some issues, is to build blocks across like this. And those blocks will basically just make it so we can extend the track over there for the other 3 villagers as well, and we can break the block here as well too. So I'll show myself doing one of these villagers, and then I'll do the rest in a time lapse, I think. So we'll start by placing the track here, Obviously we want powered rails going all the way up here, since it's quite hard to do that any other way, and we'll just place some blocks here to make sure we can do that correctly. So we'll just have the track go along like this. And again, the villagers are already in minecarts, so it's quite easy. Obviously this step can be quite easy or quite difficult, really depends on how far you are away from a village. You just want to be far away enough that the villagers don't think that they're just part of the same village. That is a pretty big issue, because if they do think that, then they actually won't turn that on quite yet. If they do think that, then we can have an issue where the iron golems farm won't work at all that way. So you want to make sure that you're far away enough from a village, at least 120 blocks, I would say. But yeah, just not like super close to a village, and you should be good. Now you'll see these turn off, so you just want to make sure to have another lever on the side here. So we'll just place a lever like that and flick that, and of course they're all on, which is good. And we'll just finish the rest of the way going up here. So let's go up like this and up like that, and we'll just place a lever here, make that go on, place that there, and get ourselves some powered rails here. Turn that on and make this turn, and they'll just dump right in there. So we'll go with one villager for now, see how it works, and of course if it doesn't work I can change this, but I'm pretty sure this design should work well. So we'll just move the villager in there. What we can do is get it on the track, then push it a bit, turn on the power, and we'll see how this works. So it's going to go up. Let's see, this could fail miserably, but hopefully it doesn't. So we'll just watch it go up, and it got stuck. That's actually fine, because all we have to do is just push it in. So what we'll do is we'll just push the villager in, make sure it's right centered like that. I'm not actually sure if it can go down the hole in a minecart. It should be able to, but if not, we can basically just go like this and just push the villager in. Perfect, there we go. So there's one villager in there. That minecart may despawn, but again, this is an iron farm, so if it does, it's certainly not a problem at all, because that's like one iron golem dying. So there's that, and so we'll do the other 3 villagers, and then I'll move the other 3 villagers into their pod too, and I'll be right back once I've done that. Alright, so we've gotten all the villagers in. I'm just going to break all this scaffolding. Not actually all of it. I'm just going to break the bit that goes over here and break this bit here. And of course this lever, we don't need that there. I'm not actually going to break the whole thing though, since we're going to use some of this to get the zombie right there, because that'll just save some time, and we want to save as much time as we can. Alright, so once we've broken about this much, we're just going to build our track over here. And again, really important to get rid of everything that you build here, because this would completely ruin the farm if it stayed. So we're just going to go over here like this, and then turn like this, and have it go in here. And what we're just going to do real quick, so that the zombie doesn't get out, is we're just going to place some blocks around like here. And that'll just make it so that the zombie will not get out once it gets in here. So what we're going to do is grab ourselves some more of this powered rail, and just make the powered rail go along here until it unpowers, and keep it along there. Get ourselves a lever, switch that on, and get ourselves a little bit of unpowered rail to finish that up. Now this bit of scaffolding to get the zombie in there is basically done. The only thing left we're going to want to do is basically just make a little catch loop. And what this will do is this will be a small loop of track that'll basically, the purpose of it will be to catch the zombie. So we're just going to go 5 powered rails on each side. This doesn't have to be precise, this is an easy way of catching a zombie. The other interesting thing is that our method of making the zombie not despawn only works on 50% of zombies, which is a really interesting number, because basically what that means is that only 50% of zombies can wear armor and hold items. The other 50% cannot. So we want to make sure to grab a zombie that can do that. Looks like it's becoming night right now. So yeah, hopefully some zombies will come out. Then what we're going to do here before it becomes super dark is we're just going to head over here, grab some of these items, of course, since we don't want anything to despawn. And then what we're going to do is get ourselves these materials to make this zombie not despawn. What we're also going to want to do is make sure we have as much armor as possible. I'm just going to throw away everything in here that we don't need. Not throw away, but just store. Grab ourselves a minecart or two just to be safe. And grab ourselves the helmet of any type and an item of any type. And again, I'm just using a stick because it's easiest. Get ourselves fully armored. This can be a bit annoying. And basically just wait for the zombie. We also want to make sure to keep our bed, because then we can go to bed as soon as the zombie spawns to make sure that we don't have a whole bunch of zombies chasing us and kind of ruining this. You can also get rid of this infinite water source if you want, or you can keep it. That's totally up to you. So it is now evening. That's a beautiful sunset, and we're actually going to stay up tonight because we want a zombie to spawn. So basically we want a zombie as close to here as possible. We can actually let a minecart go around like this. And the zombie, what it'll do is we'll go like this. The zombie will get close and we'll just push it onto the track. And the minecart will pick it up. Now it won't pick us up because, well, we're not a zombie, but it'll pick a zombie up. So we'll just wait for a zombie to spawn. And again, the villagers are safe too because nothing can actually get in their pods. And so yeah, there's no harm to the villagers by staying up like this. So yeah, we'll just see if we can see a zombie around here. They should be spawning now. It's probably dark enough. Maybe not quite. Can take them a little bit of time to start spawning. So there's a skeleton, okay. There's a creeper. Obviously, actually we should grab our bow and arrow out here like this, because that could be, there's a creeper. That could be really, really useful to make sure that we're not killed by something like a creeper that won't help at all. Now, the reason why you want a zombie is that the zombie will scare the villagers, because no other mob will actually go after a villager. I mean, husks will, but they're basically just a desert zombie. Yeah, you want to make sure to get a real zombie, not a husk either. Let's see, you can see their cat spawn there. That means that the village is actually now being qualified as such by the game. So what we're going to do is lure a zombie over here. There's two. That's going to be perfect. We want to have multiple chances, since obviously, again, 50% of zombies aren't going to work. We'll just kill this creeper. That'll get in the way later. Okay, kind of didn't do a very good shot there, but yeah, there we got it. Perfect. Wait for these zombies. Zombies can actually chase you from a farther distance than any other mob, so these are the perfect mob to easily capture anyway, although they're the only mob we can use for this. What we're going to do is make sure we can get an iron helmet on one, so we're just going to throw that on the ground. We can also throw an item on the ground, so what we'll do, get a stick out like this, and basically just throw the stick on the ground, and whatever zombie, okay, that one's picked up, and that one also picked up the stick, which means we have the zombie that we need. So what we're going to do is kill the zombie we do not need, because we don't want anything extra ruining our plans. We also want to look around for creepers, make sure nothing is sneaking up. We'll give it this iron helmet, and it should pick it up. Alright, perfect. That zombie is perfect, and it's actually basically the same as if it was name tagged. And the reason why it's like that is because if you think about it, if you, like, let's say a zombie picked up an item of yours, you would not want the game to just let the zombie despawn, because what would basically happen then is your items that could be precious, I mean the game doesn't know, right, would be destroyed. So that zombie's going to go up here like this, and hopefully it'll get captured up there. It should just kind of rest in that little chamber there, and then we can break the blocks around it. Perfect, that zombie is captured. That is so perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to bed here like this, on top of the rails. It's kind of funny. Hopefully we don't spawn somewhere weird because of that. And yeah, we did kind of. So there we go. And what we're going to do is I'll be right back once I've gotten rid of all this scaffolding. But yeah, your farm is done. So all you have to do now is basically just, you can AFK it. You could build this near where you usually are. You just want to be within 120 blocks of the villagers and the zombies that they spawn in. But yeah, once we break these blocks, we can even start to see iron golems spawning. So we just want to be careful to break all these quickly. It's also fine to keep it like this, where the zombie just kind of on a block like that. Like this. So yeah, we can just break all the scaffolding, and then hopefully the farm will start working, and we can see that working. So I'll just get rid of all the scaffolding, and I'll be right back. Okay, I finished that. Now we've actually already had a couple iron golems spawn and fall down. I was a bit silly and I forgot to put the lava bucket back because by accidentally some water got in there and turned it to obsidian. So yeah, you can already see, oh my goodness, 4 iron golems. I didn't even expect there to be that many. That's perfect. So we can just put the lava right there, and you can see they're already starting to get killed and their drops collected. And once they do die, then of course we'll get the iron from them. Just fly over here and be careful, we only have a little bit of durability left. But yeah, so there's our functional iron golem farm, and the rates are anywhere between 5 to 700 iron ingots per hour. It can really vary. I know it's not the fastest iron golem farm, but I find it's one of the most reliable, and I have the hole catching mechanism because a lot of tutorials won't show that to make them quicker, but it's really important to make sure you show the full catching mechanism. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button, and make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!